Motivation like coffee, swear they ready to risk it. D&D if it's positive, never fail, they'll miss it. Entitlement, hypertension, accountable is deficient. Painted like I'm Da Vinci, but own it like my invention. I feel like I benefited when reading my brother's sentence. Hey, welcome to the debut episode of One Goal Away, where we bring you insights on tech, business, and transformational growth. We're not just another podcast. This is your blueprint to change. Tap in with your boy. I'm Quawn Clark, and I got my guy.
I'm Joshua Mundy, man, and we're excited, man, to bring you this new content. It's going to be amazing, man. It's all about goals and really figuring out blueprints or strategies around how you can make your wildest dreams come to life. So we're going to be just making some introductions, talking about our journey, as well as giving you a 2025 blueprint to make things happen.
Let's go. All right, so I feel like I need to reintroduce myself. We do a lot of different things, but again, my name is Quawn Clark, better known as Coach Q. I'm the co-founder of Pivot Technology School, also the COO, founder of Hood Geek, which is a lifestyle brand all about embracing who you are, where you come from, and what makes you great. And also known as Coach Q, I'm a lifestyle coach. I'm a life coach. I provide a lot of mindset informational things, and really one of my passions is helping people bridge the gap from what they do every day and what they really want. And hopefully this community we building will really be one of the things that can help you get to your dreams and accomplish everything that you've always wanted to do.
Oh, and also, man, you got to tell them about the book,
bro.
Oh,
listen, all right, go ahead and introduce yourself. I'll get into that.
We can just stay right there.
All right, well, listen.
Also,
I am a rapper and a newly author. So last year I dropped my first book, but I also released a project, So back in the day I was a rapper from Nashville, Playboy. When I was a young dude, I kind of transitioned away from that, got into tech, entrepreneurship, corporate America, and a ton of other things. But I really decided last year I wanted to kind of get back to my roots. So I dropped my first project, switched the algorithm. Hadn't dropped music in 14 years. I hadn't even written a verse. I dropped the project, switched the algorithm. It's beautiful, it's really dope. If you haven't heard it, it's on every streaming platform. Go tap into it. But I also released a book, Switch the Algorithm. And honestly, man, this book is my blueprint to a lot of the things that we've run into and some of the issues and how we can kind of switch the algorithm. Because really your algorithm is It's what you see, do, and interact with daily. And what tends to happen is the things you continue to interact with, you get more and more of it. And it begins to really get into your subconscious mind, and that's all you end up seeing. And you really can't get change until you switch the algorithm up. I don't want to talk for too long, but we'll go into that and really how you can switch the algorithm of your year up. That's kind of what this whole podcast and community is all about.
Yes, I'm Joshua Mundy. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over 23 years. I've opened up several different types of businesses, from restaurants to dry cleaners to co-working space, and now in the tech industry. So CEO, co-founder of Pivot Technology School. We empower individuals to pivot their careers into tech. We mostly work with corporations to upskill their workforce. Our program is in the prison system. We work with the Department of Labor to upskill individuals that are on government assistance, and we've been growing for over 5 years. So we come from zero to a multi-million-dollar company in a little over 5 years, and it's all through this framework of discipline, consistency, setting actionable goals. What is that called? What are those goals called?
Smart goals.
Smart goals.
Specific. Hey, listen, my
specific,
guy.
Measurable.
Achievable. Specific, measurable, achievable, repeatable. And I don't forget what the T is. NT.
Yeah, NT.
Hey, but look, and not like he put me on the spot. I'm not gonna let him. So first of all, this dude is like the mayor of the city.
Yeah.
Go tell him about the lab. Give him some this. Pre-pivot, man. Give him some pre-pivot juice.
Yeah, so pre-pivot, man. I've done a lot around community. So I'm huge and really like bringing people together. I always say I'm the plug or the bridge to like different connections and bringing people together. So I used to throw a lot of parties in the city. I had one of the first only like black-owned co-working spaces in the state of Tennessee called The Lab, and we just would innovate and bring entrepreneurs in there to like grow their businesses. We used to have a lot of amazing events. I was like the Black George Jefferson on this street called Jefferson Street. So I had a dry cleaners. Yeah, I had a dry cleaners for over 13, 14 years. My story, we'll dive into like really, really deep in my story, but a tornado came and blew my building off the map. And it's really a lot of God things that have happened in my life that I'm telling you, once you tap into what we're talking about and how we navigate goals and navigating really hearing the voice of God and like really taking action for what you want, it all kind of like works together. So that's just a little snippet of what we do and what it's all about.
Yeah, so what we want to really do is kind of share some vulnerability. I feel like one of the things that we both have decided to do is really like open ourselves up, man. My guys, if y'all not tapping into his Instagram reels, he's vlogging now, day number 6 is coming soon.
Yeah, day number 6 is coming today.
But really, you know, I know me, I feel like I've done a lot of talking, but I want to be a lot more vulnerable this year and just kind of talking about it. So, you know, I want to share like an insight or something that's been helpful for me. And if you can share just something that, you know, that you're applying, that you've seen. But one of those things is that, you know, for me, in 2019, like I said, I started Hood Geek, which was a business. I still had a job, so I was at a consulting, like corporate type job. We founded Pivot and listen, that train moved so fast, bro.
It did.
It went from a conversation about how we can really help the community to shooting a commercial for it, to taking registrations all within like 2 months.
Yeah.
And we had to get really active with that. And then me and my business partner, we also had another business called Focal Point Solutions. Mm-hmm. So I had all these different businesses that was kind of started within the same time frame. And then I had a job, marriage. So I had a lot of things, and I could do it all, but I could feel like I was sliced too thin, but in my mind, I got it. But I realized none of those things really got my full attention and focus.
Yep.
And I've learned to slow things down and focus on, like you say, to make the main thing the main thing. So it's like now it's getting singularly focused.
Yep.
And I think for the last couple of years, so you know, I still got Hood Geek and I still do other things, but everything is tied around Pivot. Pivot is the foundation of everything I do. And then Coach Q and different things are kind of like branches off of that, but they all still kind of relate to it. So for me, it's really realizing like I can do anything but not everything.
Man, come on, that's a word right there.
I can do anything but not everything. Yeah. So really, my Superman complex and it's really about how you stagger things and where your focus is at. So for me, I just had to get singularly focused, get way more organized, bro. Mm-hmm. You know, I move 1,000,000 miles an hour, so it's really putting like personal systems in place. And you know, like today we had a meeting at Pivot. I'm like, we all gonna be on Monday. So trying to like really understand where the holes exist and how it may seem like I'm doing a lot and we are very, very productive, but it's levels to this.
It is.
And the level that we want to go to just requires us to go deeper and deeper and get better and better. So it's just, for me, it's like, you gotta have your systems in place. You got to focus on the main thing and then allow everything else just to branch off from that. So,
yeah, I would say from a vulnerability standpoint, I talk about this all the time. I had the habit of start, stopping. And that is a disease that I think that everybody has. Because if you just look at, I always use this example, Planet Fitness. So right now, Planet Fitness is signing up the most people ever right now. They sign up 50 to 75,000 people every year around this new year, new me. I have these goals and I have these fitness goals and things of that nature. And their business model is that we're gonna charge the lowest amount ever when it comes to a gym membership, which is like $10 to $15. And they do that on purpose because they know that you're going to be so inconsistent that you're not going to miss that $10 to $15 coming out of your bank account.
And you're not even gonna go to the gym. You're not even gonna show up.
And you're not going to show up because if everybody showed up, they wouldn't even have room for everybody.
They oversell it.
They oversell every year because they bet on your inconsistency. So when it came to myself, I saw that, yeah, I was doing push-ups every day. Yes, I was working out, but I never saw results because throughout that journey, I would stop. Okay, I get to working out, then life happens. Then I'll stop. Then it's a month or two, then I'm trying to get going again, and then I stop. And I said, I refuse to continue to pour water on my own fire.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to pour water on my own fire. I'm not going to be on the gas and the brake at the same time every single year. And I made my mind up, and I would say in June. That's when I think, made my mind up. June and July.
Of last year.
Of last year.
Yeah.
And I made some life things happen that gave me like a wake-up call.
Yeah.
I got the wake-up call, and it was like, oh, okay. And it was like God, man. So I had an experience with God, real experience with God. I went to the metaverse. That's all I'm gonna say. I went to the metaverse.
That ain't when you went on that ride.
Yeah. No. I went on the ride. The ride was in my birthday.
Okay, that was
my birthday of November 2023.
That was the year. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I went on a ride. So I don't we're gonna talk about it all. Let's just discuss it.
Yeah, but this is open. This is open, bro.
So it's like, I tried something new, and they was like, it's a psychedelic mushroom.
Yeah, them shrooms, bro. They were like, get up. Them shrooms to change your life.
So like, I had two experiences, I would say that kind of like changed my life. That was one, which it just kind of like, it just showed me I wasn't happy. It just showed me that I had like a lot of like pent up emotions and things that I was holding in, and just allowed me to release it. And I felt so much better after that. Yep. And then in July, I had another experience where I was vulnerable, and I really saw God, and God was talking to me through me. Because say like, this ain't a religious podcast, but it's like a spiritual thing, where like we are all made in the image and likeness of him, so he resides in you, so he gonna show you through you. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he was talking to me through me. I was seeing myself on the opposite side, and he was like, yo, look at yourself, bruh. He was like, man, look at you. He said, man, you slipping. Yeah. I'm trying to take you here, but you slipping, bruh.
Yeah.
He said, look around you, bro. Look at all the faces around you, bro. Look at yourself. He said, bro, if you don't get he said, I can't take you here if you're going to keep doing this. He said, I need you to lock in. And he told me, he said, man, I need you to lock in on discipline, and I need you to lock in on consistency. And from that point forward, when I saw that changed my life. That's when I just said, all right, bro, I'm going harder. We're going to start documenting everything. I'm going to start challenging myself, and we're going to hold ourselves accountable, and I'm never going to stop again. Yeah. And from that point forward, I dropped 16 pounds. I feel better, I look better, and I have developed a pattern of behavior that now translate into my business life, which translate into my son, which translate into every
aspect of your life.
Every aspect of your life. So that was kind of like my game changer. When I locked in and said, I'm never gonna start again, that was the game changer for me.
And this, like you said, this ain't a religious podcast, but I feel like everything is intertwined, because all these things work together. Because so many people I pray, go to therapy, and they get the answer. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, the work on the other side of the answer, they don't do it. So then nothing changes, and they go back and they get the answer again. Yeah. And then the answer is actually always that you already got what you need inside of you. Yeah. And to me, I always look at it like, sometimes you praying or in those experiences, it's that for you to recognize that everything you looking for, you already got. It's kind of like you remember that book, The Alchemist, bro? You remember how he he was under that tree, and then he went all the way around the world looking for this treasure, and he came all the way back, and the treasure was on it. It was under the same tree that he was at that whole time. And I think a lot of the stuff that people are looking for, and that's why groups and communities like this are good, because me and you have been able to be accountability partners for each other during this 5-year journey. It's like my real brother in real life, and we hold each other accountable, and we can call each other out in a healthy way. But it's like, and then we also like, you need somebody that you see and they push you, and then it's like, oh shit, man, it's Josh, hey man, even with the fitness, like everybody around me, like you go hard, but then I'm like, I got to catch up with Josh now, because it's a healthy competition, but it also like brings the best in you. So hopefully, anybody that's watching right now, tap in with the One Goal Away community. It's a good time for me to put that out there, but we have a Discord, which we'll put in the comments, so you can go on there and in the description. But you go sign up to our Discord and be active in the community, because we're building a family of people that's vulnerable. Because what we find out is that the more you have these conversations, everybody's going through the same stuff. So your challenge is not unique to you, and the things that you've done to overcome it, when you talk about it, it can help other people. So the way you just talked about, man, how you tapped into consistency and discipline, and how I had to get singularly focused. And it's people that's dealing with the same things right now. And right when they get ready to go back to their old ways, they need community that can say, nah, you got this, let's tap back in. So I think that community is gonna be a game changer. So definitely tap in with us. But we really gotta get back to the core. I think, business and tech are, to me, outside of the personal development and just like your health and your spirituality and those things is important. But on a professional level, technology, no matter how you feel about it, is going to dominate everything that we do. And if we continue to move as a community of people that we don't like AI, I don't like it. We get emotional about things, and then we withdraw. So what ends up happening is we withdraw, but they're gonna continue moving forward regardless. And then we're gonna find ourselves on the outskirts of progress. And then we wanna get in there, but it's too late, because we withdrew, because we capitalism and tech and AI, we don't like it, but you can't let your emotions put you in a situation where you hurting your family, your generational wealth opportunities and stuff like that. So I want to touch on from a tech standpoint. I think a lot of people think AI is going to replace them, right? And I want to say, like, AI is not going to replace you. But somebody that uses AI is going to replace you. So AI itself is not going to replace you necessarily. But there's gonna be somebody that has used and capitalizes on what it can do that will replace you.
No, for sure.
So, and man, like for transparency, when we was building out, hey, here's what we know we want to talk about, but let's quickly put it into a format. Get on what I do. I get on ChatGPT. Hey, Chat, help me build out a 30 to 45 minute talking track about what we're gonna do for this episode, and in 30 seconds. I have that, and that's something that would have taken, I would have to hire somebody, and as we build our strategy, I gotta hire somebody to do that, and now you got these automated machines that can do these things. And AI, and when we talk about AI, it's not just the new version of it that we know is like chat. You got automations in every system and thing you do, that we use, and those things are AI as well. So I think, for me, I want to just encourage everybody to take some time to just come to have a come to Jesus moment. And you say, okay, it's here. These things are here. It's not going to change. What can I do to acclimate myself to it? And what can I do to position myself to be on the profiting and benefiting side of this? Because we can't continue to be consumers and never produce any content, never produce anything that's making the money, man. So what do you think from a tech standpoint, how would you say, how do you use AI in from a job standpoint, you know, with Pivot, I know we want to start offering more AI type courses. What are some of the things that you think people should be tapping into and how we can approach it?
I just think that because I'm not that big on, I utilize it. So like the most that I utilize right now is, which everybody utilizes, is chat.
Yeah.
Now let me make a couple jokes about chat. Make sure when you use chat, just don't copy and paste and put it in wherever you're trying to do, because chat does these things where it says, here's what I think you should say. And then at the bottom it says, do you think this is okay? So people literally hit copy, hit paste into, like, whether it be a job application, whether it be anything, and then like they already know you're using chat, you know? And then sometimes you have to tell chat not to use those big, you know, those big adjectives.
Transformative.
Like if you notice, chat uses transformative and huge, like all these words that you don't. All these words that you don't use. And so we have a friend, which is like super hilarious. So we have a friend that
if you're watching, we love you. We gonna save you. We gonna protect your identity.
We ain't gonna say your name. We ain't gonna say your name. But we have a friend that was talking to a guy on a dating app. And so he was asking her questions, and so she wanted to give like better responses. So she asked chat to respond. Like, he asked me this, chat respond for me. So she literally copied and pasted chat's answer. So he said, well, how was your day? I don't know what he said, but like, how was your day? And then she copied and pasted. If I was you, I would say it like this.
Here is a response you can use.
Here's a response you can use. And so we have to really just be like smart with the technology, because it's here to stay. But we cannot be the last to adopt. We've always been the last to adopt every single thing, from whether it be stock investment. I just feel like we just started talking about stocks and investing in the stock market like the pandemic. I think the pandemic was a time where the guys from Earn Your Leisure started talking about investing, and you had Wall Street Trapper came out of nowhere and started talking about investing, and started making investing cool. But for a long time, we never utilized that engine as far as options and all the things, crypto and all the things that all we think is 401k.
Yeah.
That's what we've been programmed to.
401ks and pensions and
so
all
401k, the mutual funds,
yep.
all the safe things when it came to like investing. But now we have so many things where you can really make some money. So my only concern is that we don't look at this as like, oh, that's just another thing. No, it's just, how can we tap into it? How can we really use it to streamline everything that we're doing? Because it literally streamlines everything. Yeah. From marketing plans to business plans to everything. You really seriously don't have an excuse. It's just that you got to actually do the work. You got to go and actually execute it. Now, chat does it. Chat will build $1 million blueprint for you. Like, I can ask it and say, chat, man, our goal this year is to make $10 million. Chat, give me the strategy on how to make $10 million. Chat lays out the whole strategy for me to make $10 million. It gives me what I need to do per quarter, but it can't go out here and do the work. Now, eventually, we'll be able to buy one of those robots from Elon now.
What was that movie that Netflix,
Subservience?
Yeah. They
So like
selling them bots.
He went and bought the bot, and the bot was like wanting to get off and everything.
She broke up the whole happy family.
She broke up the family because the bot was bad. You know what I'm saying?
It was
Megan
Fox, boy. Yeah, it was a fire little robot.
But I mean, so like, until we get to that point, at the end of the day, but regardless of all of this, the three things that you're gonna have to do, I'll look at the camera, I won't even look at Quawn, the three things that you're gonna have to do to make your 2025 the best year it's ever been, all right? If you look previously, you started off hot, you started off strong, but you ran out of wind. And we all come to certain points in the journey that we run out of wind because we're trying to run 365 days in 2 days. All right, we're trying to get to where we're trying to get to very, very fast, and it's a journey, and it's a process. So the 3 things I would say that you need to focus in on 2025, and this is from business, personal, finance, tech, whatever. All right, 3 things: discipline, consistency, and execution. Those 3 things in every single area of your life. Those 3 things will change the game for you regardless.
So if you think about it, kind of what you said about chat being able to give you a blueprint and a $1 million blueprint,
Right.
that ain't the problem. The problem is execute and it kind of goes back to the conversation you were just having about even stocks and investing. I think as a community, I want to encourage us that, so if you got $1,000 and you get into stocks, you're not gonna get rich, but it's okay though.
It's okay.
Because so what we get tricked as, we see a Wall Street trapper and he'll post that he got 2.5 million in his account.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. But what we don't realize is that he say I made 90,000 today. Mm-hmm. But you don't realize that 90,000 was the residuals of $2 million in total stocks that he holds. Yeah. So, and it took 10 to 15 years of reading the stocks. Man, he talked about it in his thing. He talked about when he was in prison, how he literally watched and read daily, and he started from 5. So these things are compounded results. Yep. And sometimes we are looking at people in a reaping season of compounded results. Yeah. And they don't tell the story, or it ain't a sexy story to hear about the planting season. Yeah. Their planting season with no return. Yeah. And if we can like learn some delayed gratification, and we can learn how to delay the results that we want, and then really like fall in love with the work. Yeah. The results are guaranteed. If we can fall in love with the work, the results are guaranteed. We just got to start selling that. So that's even if you watched us last year and we posted push-ups and daily pull-ups every day and spreadsheets and all of that, it was not about the push-ups, pull-ups, and none of that. So it was about falling in love with the process. Yep. It's really about taking the goals. Like what I do now is I'll take my vision and my goals and I'll map them out, and then I'll say, what types of processes and habits do I need to have in place to reach them? Yeah. Then I throw my goals away. Yeah. They don't even matter no more. And then then I'm in love with these things every day. And then the goals are gonna be a byproduct of how I'm living now and what I'm doing every day. And I think that's the missing ingredient to what people want is, it seems like there should be a quicker route to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but it's just not. Yeah. And so we're here to tell y'all, this is not a community or show. We don't have no quick fix, get rich quick schemes on here. No. We got work, we got discipline, we got consistency, we got hard work, and then we got the compounded effects that come to your life spiritually, health, financially, professionally, relationships, and all of that when you fall in love with the journey and fall in love with doing the work every day. You're gonna wake up one day and you just see you're a whole different person. Your business is in a whole different place. Everything is just because you locked in every day. So from a business standpoint, now getting away from tech, from a business standpoint, where should people's mindset? Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Yeah. COVID, you talk about what happened in COVID. If you go to anybody's page right now, they are a boss.
Yeah, everybody become a boss.
Everybody's a CEO, entrepreneur, and a boss. Yeah. None of them making 90% making no money.
No.
I mean, just being transparent. Most people, I didn't make $1 from Pivot
for 2.5 years,
and we was making 6 figures out the gates, and still didn't have no money ourselves, because there's a big difference between gross net, and then even from the net, how much of the net am I paying myself? To go actually pay my bills with, you know what I'm saying? Like Pivot could make $2.5 million this year. how much did we net? And then how much of that made to my pocket?
Right.
Other than that, that's valuation money that I can make long term. But just to live day to day, people get confused and get those things convoluted.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
So we're gonna really, and this is why I'm so excited about this podcast. We're gonna really dive into some strategies. But for this intro, I would say the main thing that business owners need to fall in love with is the process. I think there's no dopamine, like you said, there's no dopamine in the process. All right, if you love it, then there is dopamine. But a lot of people don't love the hard work. They love oh man, you got it going on.
Congratulations.
Hey, they love the announcement. And then when it's time to do the work, they really want to get back to the announcement. So if you just watch people, and I'm a huge watcher of like behavior, and I'm like, man, they're launching a whole new brand every 3 months. Like, are you actually giving it time to actually work? But when the work comes, they just revert back to it's too hard. Oh, I don't have the resources. I don't have.
Or it ain't happened in 30 days, so it must be the wrong way. Let me do something else.
Yeah, so like the pivots are too fast.
Yeah.
Like you're never giving it a time to actually work. Like, yeah, when we got into, we have pivot, literally, at least 15 times based upon what we was wanting to do. Then, okay, that didn't work, but we did not change the core mission of what we wanted to do.
The brand didn't change, the name didn't change.
We didn't have to think, okay,
strategy changed.
The strategy changed, but we didn't say, well, I think it's the logo. I think we need to do
the
a
website,
a rebrand. That is the key word. Everybody says the rebrand. No, it's the rework. You just need to stick with the plan and work the plan and give it time. Now, again, if you are a part-time entrepreneur and you're working a full-time job, do not quit your job.
Please,
okay? Do not quit your job until your entrepreneurial journey or whatever you're doing in the entrepreneurial world is going to replace that income, okay? Because a lot of times you require, or when you want that small business or that new business to support your $1 million lifestyle, and it's not going to do that off the wham. And you cannot take 100% of your profits to live off of. You have to build and grow your business. We have to get out of the mindset of that one-man show of entrepreneurship. No,
solopreneurs.
No, the solopreneurs. 98% of our businesses are solopreneurs. That means we're not creating jobs for nobody, but for ourselves, which is not what entrepreneurship is all about. That's a hustle. You know, we got to get into the
people, there's a word in self-employed that people miss, and it's employed. And if you're employed, you are an employee.
Yeah, you are.
You work for yourself, but you're still an employee. Because at any time when you stop working, there's no money being generated.
Not a dollar being generated. That's what we're going to be really diving into on this podcast is around goals, business, tech, and just personal growth and insights to help you take your life to a whole nother level. So what we need you to do, we need you to do several things, all right? We need you to subscribe to the podcast, which is going to be showing on One Goal Away. So make sure you subscribe to that. It's going to be showing on Quan's personal page, your Coach Q.
Yep.
It's going to be showing on my page, Joshua Mundy. And make sure that you all subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you subscribe or actually become or like us on social media. So Instagram, Facebook, all of the mediums, One Goal Away. Join our Discord channel, which is in the description of this channel. And this is where the community really comes together daily to encourage each other to keep pushing towards our goals.
Yeah, man. So we're not gonna hold it too long. I think today, is really about setting the foundation. One thing I think would be kind of cool is to keep this interactive as we build. We're gonna have a similar framework, but if we can take some, if they got suggestions of what they want to hear about,
yes.
Like if there's anything in the tech, in the business world, some business struggles, some tech insights that you think would be beneficial for you, drop them in the comments. We're gonna be reading the comments, put them in Discord, send them to us, and we'll be collecting those. And really, we want to understand what the people want to hear and what's valuable for you guys, because we doing this for y'all, but we want this to be a fun, enjoyable, informative series that you can actually go and do something with. We ain't talking. It's not gonna be a very high level. Rah, you got it. This ain't gonna be a you got it.
You can do it.
This ain't gonna be that. This is gonna be all right. Here's what we've done that works. Here's what we've done that doesn't work. Here's what you can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then hopefully give you some more and more foundation on how you can take what you got going now and turn it into whatever you want to turn it into. I guess last couple of things, like what you got individually? I know you last year, you didn't mention it, but you did drop a book.
I did.
Yeah,
so I dropped a book called Unshakable Faith, which really talks about my journey, talks about me going through this tornado and really transitioning into the world of tech. And it just tells my whole journey to this point. So launched a book. I'm actually also have challenged myself to vlog 365 days. Means that's 365 days of content, which I always like to challenge myself, because once I say I'm gonna do it, I actually have to stick with it and do it. No matter what it looks like to other people, no matter what, like I gotta stick to it and do it. I just came off a journey of doing 31,000 push-ups, not for the year, but I did it for the month. I did 1,000 push-ups a day for 31 days. So like I like to challenge myself.
I did 12,000 and thought I killed it, bro. So 31,000 is crazy work.
Crazy work. So I'm just like excited about really this year, and it's really gonna be about like launching my new book, growing the company, and really just growing as a person as well. So that's what I'm excited about. What you excited about this year?
Man, honestly, it's really about seeing what a very consistent 365 days look like, because like you said, a lot of what I've been able to do, and I do a lot, like I said, last year I had a book, had an album, we had Pivot, I've grown my personal brand, I do a lot of traveling, I got my kids, I do a lot of things, and if I'm gonna be honest, that has been at 60 to 65% of what I could do. Mm-hmm. And that's been with consistency, but never just a relentless, unwavering approach to the discipline. So like going into it this year, I'm just excited to see about that. I'm gonna push my book, Switch the Algorithm. I say I'm gonna commit to like getting it, because I feel like it's not really a book that's just for this community that we have. Yeah. And one thing we talk about, which I'm gonna just throw this out there, to really grow your brand and to connect, you got to get outside of your network.
Yes.
Let me say this: if you're a business owner and you have a business, and you are very successful within your friends and family, you're not successful until most of your customers are people you don't know. Because your friends and family are not gonna sustain your business for you.
No.
And I think a lot of times people start stuff and that first month looks really good, but it's just support.
Yeah.
You don't run a business off support.
No.
So when people want it because it's good to them or beneficial to them, that's when you really have something. So I really feel like this book is one of those things. So I want to challenge myself to get outside of the Tennessee area. So I'm gonna go to Cali. I want to get I'm speaking in Leadership Nashville on Thursday this year. So I want to do a lot more speaking engagements. I want to this podcast. We said we're gonna do it once a week, every Monday. That's something I'm gonna do. I got a sports podcast with my boy Carlos Page. We're gonna have our first one on Friday. Tap in with that. It's called. He has something called Sportaholic. He's been doing this for a long time, but it's just me want to really talk about. I got other interests and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to be business and locked in, but then I want to relax
fun,
and
bro.
have some fun.
Yeah.
Like life, if it ain't fun, then damn, what are we doing it for?
Yeah.
So I want to have a little fun and talk about a little sports, just laid back. I do want to start writing my second book. I haven't come down with the title for that yet. And then, other than that, man, I just want to continue to grow this community. Our goal is to get it to 1,000 members. by the middle of the year, but I think we can get there by end of Q1, man.
Yeah, we can.
I think we can do it. So growing the community, traveling, man, and listen, I'm gonna throw this out here too. I started playing golf last year, and every time, and I went to go play with this dude, and I was swinging, and then when I go to Top Golf or something, I felt like I done mastered it, right? And I go swing with this dude, and it ain't working, and then he just kept saying, "Man, be an athlete," and he was annoying the shit out of me, right? He just kept, every time I swing and it wouldn't do right, he was like, "Bro, just be an athlete." And what I realized is that it's the same thing that we talk about with your mental, like the muscle memory. So I haven't had enough muscle memory with golf to be good and consistent. So I want to challenge myself to really tap in with golf and put them 10,000 hours. I feel like you can't cheat the process, bro.
Can't cheat the process,
10,000 hours. So that's something I enjoy doing. And I'll probably keep making music because not because I'm having a midlife crisis. But because if you got hobbies and you got things that you love, do those things. Like sometimes we get so far removed from who we are as humans. And we become our titles. I'm a daddy, I only do daddy stuff. I'm a husband, I'm a wife, I only do wife stuff. Like, what do you like to do? What do you enjoy doing? And what makes you feel like you to the core? Get back to those things. So that's a commitment, is that what is Quawn like doing? Quawn is, since I was in high school, I've been a writer. I love making music, and I'm not obviously trying to get a record deal and nothing like that, but it's something I enjoy doing. It's another form of communication. It's another form of expression, and it's therapy and all of those things for me. So I'll probably keep making music just because I enjoy it. I got another book coming, and I'm just gonna live, man, and keep really challenging myself to see what my limits are.
Let's go, man. Well, listen, this is the first of many. We're gonna be doing this every Monday. A new episode will drop every single Monday, regardless. If we on vacation, whatever we're doing, a new episode is gonna drop every single Monday. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see y'all later.
Peace.